And another case, Mr. Carrillo. You now stand charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On July 19th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a burglary of a motor vehicle call. Officers were informed of multiple subjects attempting to break into a white Hummer in the parking lot. The officers began to walk towards where the vehicle was located and saw two individuals inside the Hummer and saw the defendant by the Hummer. The two subjects then got into a blue truck while the defendant attempted to get inside the truck. The defendant was screaming at the individuals in the truck to let him in. The vehicle fled the scene and the defendant was left behind on the scene.
Quite the crew.
A witness saw all three individuals in the Hummer and was able to describe the defendant's clothing and confirm the defendant was in fact inside the Hummer. The complaining witness stated upon checking his vehicle, he saw his back door window had been broken, his front passenger door keyhole was damaged, and his steering column was damaged. The complaining witness noticed his Colt 45 1911 firearm was missing from his holster. The complainant said nothing else was taken from his Hummer.
Can't believe it. In this day and age, people still leave their guns in their car. Okay.
That's it. Yes, Your Honor.
So do we have the co-defendants? Do we know? So you said there were a total of 4 co-defendants, right?
Well, with him it's 3.
Two left.
Two left.
Nice. Mr. Carrillo, I'm going to find probable cause to go forward with the case. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm sending you for a drug test right now. I want you to go down, take a drug test, and then I want you to come back. If you fail to come back to me, I'm going to set your bond at $30,000 to $50,000. Do you understand? You will not get any more PR bonds. I will deem you a public danger because this is your 5th to 6th case within the last, year and a half. Do you understand? All right, Tracy, if you can send him down, please. Take a seat for me. Mr. Carrillo, come up. How old are you, sir? How old are you?
22.
What do you do in life?
Also,
You do nothing. Did you graduate from high school?
no, sir.
Wow.
Now I don't do nothing. I do jobs, but there's just
I asked you what you do in life. You said nothing.
work. I try to work.
Okay, tell me what you do.
Side yard jobs. If it's new, like contracts, windows and stuff like that, I'll do it. But that's only in time, because they'll be like, we don't need you no more.
How do these jobs pop up to you?
The opportunities in my family as well. I see people that, own their own business or are doing work like that, and they offer me.
Okay. How much time does this occupy for you every day?
Well, since they're like contractors and stuff, and they get like different people, or people move on,
So you don't work every day?
not every day.
Okay, that changes today. 2 things we're going to start working on with you. The first thing that we're going to do is you're going to start working on getting your GED. You are 23 years old. You didn't graduate from high school. How far did you get?
I believe to 11th grade.
You got to the 8th grade and you dropped 11th grade. You're close. I'm going to give you a lawyer today, Mr. Carrillo. 3 things I want you to understand. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. I'm going to do everything in my power to straighten your butt out. Since 2022, you've picked up an evading with me, possession of a controlled substance, an evading arrest, an assault of a family member, and now you've picked up a burglary of motor vehicle. Thank the Lord, none of those are felonies. so that you've dug yourself a hole that you can't get out of. But I'm going to stay on you so much, you're going to think it's a career. Do you understand? You fail me again, I will put you in jail and make your bond very, very high. No more dope. I will test you 31 days from today. You tested positive for marijuana. I will test you 31 days from today. If you test positive, I will put you in jail and make your bond really, really high. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care where you're going, who you're hanging out with. You're not allowed to hang around with the two knuckleheads you were hanging around with when you caught this BMV. Do you understand? In my opinion, they left you at the scene for you to rot as it is. Those aren't good friends to you as it is. Wouldn't you think? If they're ready to throw you in the grease and just drop you to let you get caught, are those good friends to you?
Sure.
Right. They looking out for your well-being? I don't think so. But they're letting you fry. So you're not allowed to hang out with these two guys, whoever they may be. And I'm going to test you in 31 days. I will set your case 2 weeks from today. And I want you, starting today, to work on your GED. I want you to start going. Do you have a phone? Do you have access to the internet?
Yes, sir.
How?
Laptop.
You got a laptop at home. I want you to go home today and I want you to start Googling how to get your GED. And I want you to start working on it. And I want you to look into registering for classes. I'm going to bring you back here in 2 weeks and I want to see what you've done to start working on getting your GED and registering for classes. If you come back to me in 2 weeks and you have done nothing, life is not going to go well for you. If you have problems between now and the 2 weeks, come back to me or let the lawyer that we know that you're having problems. And the managed assigned counsel division of the public defender's office has services to help you with your search to get a GED. It is your responsibility to get in touch with the lawyer to figure out how to start working on getting your GED. But if you do nothing, guess what? Guess.
The consequences.
Right. I'm done playing games with you. And I'm done and I'm trying to intervene before you graduate to felony status because you're going fast. You ever run from the cops again, you will be charged with a felony. You ever pick up another assault, you will be charged and looking at up to 10 years in prison. You are this close to graduating to felony status. The slightest move you make wrong, I'm telling you, you're going to be looking at felonies, and then you can put your head between your legs and kiss your butt. Guess. I'm trying to intervene before that happens, and I'm going to do everything in my power. But if you go out there and shoot a place up, I mean, there's nothing I can do at that point, but I will intervene as much as I can. No more dope. Otherwise, I'm going to lock you up, and you start working on your GED now. And you got to get, at the very minimum, a part-time job. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. That's what's happening. Do you understand me? You know what's expected of you. I'm asking 3 things from you. You fail me, you only have one place you're going to go. You mind reaching out to the Mac for Mr. Carrillo? Okay. Today's date is 7/26. I'm going to reset you 2 weeks from today so we can see what you've done to get your GED. But as it stands now, you will get another test, 1, 2, 3, 4, to give you the benefit of the doubt. I will give you a couple days past the 30 days because weed stays in your system 30 days. So give or take 2, 3 days, maybe 4 days, I will test you after that. If you test positive, that tells me that you've continued to smoke, and I will revoke your bond and I will put you in jail. I've got about I don't know, at least what, 3, 4 other 17-year-olds that are sitting in custody in your same situation because they've continued to smoke. You hold the keys to the jail cell. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Head on over there. We'll get you started with the paperwork.
All right, Judge Garcia, Samuel, page 8.
All right, Mr. Garcia, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On July 19th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for running a red light. Officers observed the driver to be the defendant and observed a strong odor of marijuana. A probable cause search turned up 100 Ziploc bags, a scale, and a large bag containing 0.91 ounces of marijuana. A 100-count box of Ziploc bags, a scale, and the marijuana.
You said that, right? Didn't you have it on the thing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Mr. Garcia, I'm going to find that there's probable cause. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, I do.
Can you run your license, please? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to sling anymore. If I find that you do it, or if I find that you're consuming, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
No more. Got it. Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes.
I want proof. I'm not going to take your word for it. If you show me that you have liability insurance, then I will allow you to drive.
I'm not under my own insurance, but I'm under my dad's policy.
I want to see if you can show me that you have insurance that has your name on it with the policy with the car that you're driving, then I'll happily allow you to drive, but I'm not going to take your word for it.
All right.
Do you understand? At this point, I'm going to order you not to drive until you show it to us.
Sure.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
What are you doing with life right now?
Just trying to support my family.
Did you graduate from high school?
No.
There's your first mistake, and we're going to start working on that now. I will give you a lawyer today. The first thing we're going to do is start working on getting your GED. So I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond to do that now. I'm going to give you 2 weeks, and I want to see what you've done to start getting on your GED classes. If you've not done anything, life's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Sure.
You can't be rolling around life without the minimum a high school diploma, dude.
No, I'm working.
Working what? Working on slinging. Mr. Garcia, I don't want to fight with you. The only thing I want to do is ensure that you have some kind of future. Because if you don't, this life really, really sucks without money. You can't live without money. You can't do anything without money. And at the minimum, if you don't have a high school diploma, you'll go nowhere. And at some point, if you continue to sling, it's going to catch up with you and you'll just end up in prison or 25 to life. I mean, look, you already have what? These two. Your record's not good, dude. Do you understand?
Sure.
One more thing I'm going to apprise you. 31 days from today, I will drug test you again. If I find that you're consuming any kind of dope, I'm going to put you in jail. If you stop smoking as of today, you should be fine 31, 32, 33 days. But if I test you again and you test positive for dope, I'm going to keep you with me.
Sure.
Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay. Do you mind giving him an application, please? I'm going to give you an application for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to get you the Victoria's sign and reset, and then we'll have you take your seat in the jury box.
All right, Judge, page 12, Matthews, come on up.
Are you Tariq Matthews?
Sir,
Mr. Matthews, you're charged with violation of a protective order. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. So where'd she go? Hey, Pavel. So we're talking about Matthews here. We have him on a VPO. Looks like it was filed in 2022, and it looks like it was a 2B. So I don't know if he knew about it or not.
Sure.
All I know is that he has now a new violation of protective order
Yes.
as a felony, right? What happened? Was it out of the 280th Domestic Violence Court? Because we never did. So tell me about it, because I don't know, please. And what happened in the felony case? Please.
I mean, the felony alleged hours. So, 10/29/22, officers were dispatched to 17033 Bug Creek Road in Harris County, Texas. Complaint reported that the defendant, father of her child, came to the residence to drop their daughter off. Complainant told officers that the defendant knows he's not supposed to do that. Defendant told complainant he didn't care and said, "I'm done sparring with you. You might want to stay away. I'm going to violate the fuck out of you." There is a protective order out of the 280th which prohibits defendant from coming within 200 feet of that location. On April 4th, 23, complainant reported that defendant was sending her threats via text message. Complainant told defendant multiple times that he was not to contact her other than through a court-ordered app regarding the daughter. Defendant ignored this, writing on April 2, 2023, "I'm popping shit at you." Complainant told him to stop texting her 4 times that day. After that, and the defendant regarded each time he has no priors. We approached.
So we've done this before,
Yeah,
right?
we've done PC on this one. He has.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why. We're
Yeah.
back.
Do you have a lawyer?
no, not anymore.
I have here that you have Charles Nesmith, who filed an attorney of record on July 18th.
Yes, we parted ways.
No, you have it.
But I'm not sure. I'm not very educated on how any of this works, honestly. So
There's
this is
actually
my
a
first
motion
time.
to withdraw.
I don't even see a motion with, oh, now I do.
On the 24th.
So let's do this. I'm gonna have you take a seat and I'm gonna reach out to the lawyer here momentarily because he needs to be here. So just take a seat for me in the jury box. All right, come up, Mr. Matthews. Yeah. Hey, Pavel, guys, I'm sorry. On Matthews, this is the felony VPO. He has a VPO with us. We have conditions on this case, right?
Let me check.
I'm rolling this to Monday because the lawyer filed a motion to withdraw, but he's not here. I'm not going to just grant it. You know, he's supposed to be here. So we're going to send an email to him to,
They are bond conditions, Judge. It's actually the ones that you asked me to file, so.
Okay.
We're all on the same page.
all right, remember, you've signed bond conditions. Live up to this, because if you don't, we can have a hearing to hold you at 0 bond. You understand? How many people have we put in jail today? You hold the keys as well. Don't violate the conditions. If you need, we can print you out another copy so you know what you can and can't do, but don't have any contact with the complaining witness. Don't have any weapons. And I don't know what the rest are, but you understand?
Yes, sir. And I do have another request. So I have an employer that's running my background, and it's still, the case is still showing up on background reports as pending. And I was just asking if I could get some type of paperwork showing that it's not pending anymore.
What are you talking? It is pending. What are you talking
pending?
about? Yes, you have two open, you have a felony VPO and you have a misdemeanor VPO. They're both open and pending.
I didn't know.
Yeah. You've got 2 open cases, very serious cases that if you violate conditions, you can be held at 0 bond in jail, meaning that you're stuck in there and no one can get you out.
So
That's how serious it is. So I'm trying to impress on you that this is not a joke. This is really serious stuff, that when a court tells you to do something, you have to abide by it, and not I'm gonna do whatever the F I want to do because no one can stop me. We can't. And we will.
So I understand.
Understand, like I get when you're out there and when you get hot, you're gonna say stuff, but this is the real world,
So,
right?
so,
Okay,
so I can't get a job until this case is resolved?
you can get a job. I'm not telling you you can't get a job. What type of job, I don't know, because remember, you have an open felony, you have an open misdemeanor case. Not a lot of people are gonna give jobs to open people with open felonies because you are a complete danger to them as they see it in their eyes. Because what if you get there in their eyes? Well, what if this guy, he's volatile. He's a ticking time bomb. He's a volcano that can explode at any time. Why would someone give a job to that? That's
I don't mean to cut you off. I've been in communication with the company and they're willing to hire me. He told me to send him paperwork, so just stating something. But like I said, this is my first time going through any of this, so I don't know.
cases are open and there's no paperwork that we can give you saying that it's closed because it's still open. If you had been done with the cases, like if it was dismissed, you could take a copy of the dismissal. Or if you've been on probation, you can take a copy of the probationary paperwork, but they're still open and they're so very new. I mean, we don't have even evidence in this case yet. They're compiling everything. The bottom line is you need a lawyer, and your lawyer has filed a motion to withdraw for some reason. Either they're not happy with you, you're not paying them as you should, something for one reason. You need a lawyer, and the lawyer that you have is not happy with you now. That's not a good thing. So you 100% need a lawyer because, like I said, if you think it's hard to get a job now, when you have a felony conviction, it's damn near impossible to get a job. And it's so bad that you will not get an apartment. You want to get a loan to buy a car. They don't give it to convicted felons. You lose the chance to vote. I mean, so many doors are closed when you have a felony conviction. It's ridiculous. That's why this stuff matters. And that's why you should care. So when you tell people out in the free world, well, I don't give a flying, you should, because it really makes a difference in your life. So bottom line is your lawyer's not happy with you and we need to figure out why. So
being that I don't know if it's in the system, but the mother of my child has.
I'm not going to talk to you about the cases. You have a lawyer and I'm not allowed to talk to you about these cases without your lawyer being present. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll roll your case to Monday. You need to reach out to your lawyer to figure out why they're trying to withdraw from your case. Either you've not paid them like you said you were going to pay.
It was a skirmish. So
you need to find another one, man. You need a lawyer.
Can I get a court-appointed lawyer?
Okay. I don't know. Right now you have a lawyer. I can't give you.
I have to get in contact with him.
You need to get in contact with your lawyer. Perhaps you can try to smooth things out. You know, you get in life, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. You know, when you get into a pissing match with officers, with people with authority, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to lose.
Every time.
Every time. You know, I got pulled over the other day, right? Because I was trying to get to the bank, and you know, the bank is like literally right here, and you go left right here and then boom into the bank. So, I mean, I stopped for maybe like a second. I went like this, stop for a second, and then I get into the bank. I didn't see the cop there. He pulls me over. Why didn't you stop at that stop sign? Came at me like real aggressive, like, you know what I did? You know, officer, I'm sorry. I was an idiot. I'm sorry. It was stupid. You know, I was just trying to get to the bank. I wasn't thinking. He let me go. I tucked my tail between my legs. And I'm like, look, I'm sorry. I was an idiot. You know, I won't do it again. And he let me go. If I had come to him aggressive, like, I didn't run that stop sign. What are you talking about, you a-hole? What do you think he would have done?
Made the situation worse.
Yeah, he like 3 tickets, perhaps take me to jail. Who knows? That's maturity. You tuck your tail, you get so much more in life. Really. When you get back with your lawyer, just try to smooth things out. Don't come at a billy goat because you're only going to make things worse. All right? Okay, man.
Page 12, Mobley, come on up.
Looks like it did sound familiar.
Yeah, it's something familiar as I was reading it.
The Antoine Mobley.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mobley, you're charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you can either afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Officers were dispatched to 2542 Spence Park in Spring. The call note stated that a man wearing all black was inside a vehicle. Witness ran after the defendant who ran away, and officers on the scene in a canine unit spotted the defendant, and the defendant was detained 26 yards away from the home where the vehicle was. The defendant stated it was his first time breaking and entering a vehicle. The defendant had possession of the complaining witness's credit cards and health insurance cards.
Did you take anything else? Damage to the car?
The credit cards and her health insurance cards.
What kind of priors? Do you see anything else? Mr. Mobley, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you?
17, sorry.
You're 17.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing with your life?
Go to school, play football, and
If I go test you, are you here with anyone today? Come on up, Mom. Around, please. Sorry, I didn't realize that you were here. Otherwise, I would have called you up earlier. Are you familiar with what happened?
Yes,
Did you hear?
yes.
Okay. If I test you right now for anything, what are you going to test positive for?
I was at a party with my friends. Like,
I don't care where, I don't care if you're hanging out with Jesus. I'm asking you, what are you going to test positive for? For what?
for drugs, for any drugs, negative, but for alcohol, okay.
You're not going to test positive for weed.
Sorry.
All right. I'm going to send you right now. I want to know.
Okay.
I just want a confirmation. I want to know what, if anything, is going to test positive for. Can I provide you a lawyer today?
Okay.
I'll give you a lawyer today. What's he doing in life now? He's in high school, I would presume, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is he
Going,
hanging out with bad people? What's he?
I guess it was a shock to me too, but I guess.
Let's not talk about, I don't want to talk about the case. I just want to know what's going on with his life and how we can make things go in a straight line. Because, Mr. Mobley, life goes like this. At times we start to veer off, your mom, us, we are here to come hit you to get back in the straight and narrow.
Yes, sir.
You're only 17. You now are charged with a burglary case and a freaking fraud felony, which will kill you because first off, it's really hard to get a job when you have a felony on your case, number one. Number two, when it's a fraudulent felony, it's called a crime of moral turpitude, meaning that it's even more difficult because you are branded a thief and no one gives jobs to thieves and you're only 17. You need to work on really getting it on the straight line because once you veer off, and if you veer off too far, you're hosed forever. Because if you can't get a job, you're not going to have money. And this life is about money. If you ain't got no money, it's going to be, this life is a journey, right? It can be either a happy journey where you have love, family, vacations, nice cars, nice house, or it can be a miserable, rotten experience where you're scrounging for pennies, just scrounging for food to eat. And if you have convictions on your record, that's what life's going to be.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to make sure from now on that you're going to be on the straight and narrow. And if I find that you veer off, I will put you in jail. And I don't care if mom is kicking and screaming. You've got, I don't care. My sole purpose in life are two things: protect the public, and number two, make sure that you get on the straight and up and up. Do you understand?
Sir.
I will do whatever you need from me. So if he's hanging out with bad people, if he's staying out in the middle of the night, if he's trying to act like a fool while you try to work, you tell me what you need and I'll give it to you. You know? So first off, what I'd like to do is I want to send him for a drug test to see what, if anything, he's going to test positive for. I'll have him come back, and then I'm going to try to get you a lawyer in the interim, and we'll figure out how to go forward. Okay? So if you just want to kind of hang tight, I'm going to send you for a drug test. You have to come back. You don't come back, I issue a warrant. You understand? All right, Mr. Mobley, come on. Ma'am, you ready? Come up, Mr. Mobley. Did you hear everything I said to him? That applies to you as well. You tested positive for marijuana. You told me alcohol, you did said, I will not test positive for anything else.
Well, that's because when I was at the party.
But you sound like Elmer Fudd, dude. Goes in one ear, goes out the other. Everybody tells me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods when they get in front of me, right? But when they get out the door, they turn into someone else. I'm not going to let you fall through the cracks. And I'm going to maintain a close and watchful eye on you. And if I see you start to toy with my emotion, happen. Guess, Mr. Mobley.
Yep.
Right. You hold the keys to the jail cell. So we will put conditions on you now. If you're able to stay out of trouble, if you're able to stay in school and not smoke weed or drink alcohol, you and I will be best friends. Otherwise, we'll be mortal enemies. You will be on the losing end of that. Are you in high school now?
Yes, sir.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior now.
Okay. Do you work?
Yes.
What are your hours of work?
7 to 3:30 when school starts, because I work at a school too.
Oh, great. Wonderful. What would you like as far as conditions? We're obviously going to do no alcohol, no drugs. I don't even remember what he's charged with. Let me see. All right. No weapons, no contact with the complaining witness in this case. I can put a curfew if you'd like, so he's not out in the middle of the night.
Yes, that's fine.
We can put a monitor on him so we know where he is at all times. I can give you access so you know exactly where he goes. So if he starts trying to play you and me for a fool, we know exactly where he is. You must charge this thing on a daily basis. If the battery goes dead, so do you. Do you understand? I will test you exactly 31 days from today. If you stop smoking as of today, it should not stay in your system. But if you smoke, if you go into a car with other people who are smoking, if you go to a party, if you go to a house, if you go to anywhere, I will not entertain excuses. You are on notice now. That means CBD. That means THC oil. That means gummies. That means cereal, whatever it may be. Before you put anything into your body, get to know what it is. Do you understand? We will put a monitor on you.
I have something to say about the when I went to court Monday, they had
I don't care.
okay.
To me, I don't care what I'm telling you. Whatever you tell me will go in this ear and go out that ear. What I care about, what says on paper. Everybody tells me stories here. Do you understand? I mean, that's the nature of my business. Everybody's got a story for me. The way I get to know people is on paper, because that tells me who you truly are. Words mean nothing. Actions mean everything.
I have something.
Tell me.
What the time, because we leave out like around 6, because since the high school has gotta be at school like at 6:15.
Okay, you tell me what you want and I'm there. We can tailor it to you. So we can do 5:30 in the morning. So we can do, what time do you want them to be home? 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 9? 9?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, you are to be home at 9 p.m. Don't take it out on her. You take it out on me. You have to be nice to her. I'm giving her my card. If he gives you any problems whatsoever, just get a hold of me or the lawyer that we give you. And then I'll put him over my knee and I'll spank him a ton of jail time. That's it. I will treat you like a child, put you over my knee, and that's it. If she tells you to jump, you say, how high, Mom? Because you treat her with love, you treat her with respect, because the conditions come from me, not from her.
Sir, I don't have a problem. I was just saying about the ankle monitor thing because I play football and then I can't.
It's the only way I can monitor you. You're gonna have to find a way to adapt. That's it. I can't trust you at your own word. You know, I already asked you once, you lied to me. Everything is recorded. If you don't believe me, go watch the recording. So 9 p.m. till 5:30 in the morning, you're allowed to be out. Do not smoke weed and stay in school. What else does he do? Do you want him to have any kind of jobs, anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
He works with my auntie every now and then. She has a cleaning service, Destiny's cleaning service, and they clean like office buildings.
Okay. Well,
But
so,
that was through the summer, so.
okay. Just so what we'll do is, did you get appointed the case? Okay, come on. This is Eric. This is the lawyer that we appointed to represent you. You can tell Eric, and you can also talk to Tracy behind you because she's our liaison officer who does all the conditions.
Okay.
Just let her know and we'll tailor to you, to whatever you want. I will pay for everything so you don't have to pay for anything.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? So if you ever have any issues, whatever it may be, if he starts acting up, just come back to me, let me know, let Eric know, and he knows how to get a hold of me and we'll handle it for you. I'm just trying to keep you out of trouble. When you hang out with dogs, you get fleas. Sometimes the dog is in and of itself. You're alone and you now picked up this case yourself. You hold the keys of the jail, Mr. Mobley. Just make me proud. All right. Thanks. Fugitive case. Oh, you picked up 3 cases. You picked up a fraudulent use of ID, less than 5 items. You picked up a theft case, and you have an out-of-state fugitive case.
One of them has been dismissed, Judge. The fraudulent use of items has
Saw
been
that.
dismissed. So technically, he's only got the theft pending and the fugitive case pending.
Mr. Kim, enlighten us.
Your Honor, this defendant is wanted out of Broward County, Florida for felony theft. The state would be opposed to a bond. There are 47 cycles of criminal history in the past 5 years alone, and these are just convictions.
47 pages of criminal history in 5 years?
47 cycles, Your Honor. For it is 46 pages of criminal history, including, well, the California one's old, so I'm not going to count that one, but just in the last 5 years alone, and these are just.
They were not 47 in the last 5 years.
Hey, don't talk. We're just trying to, the thing is, Mr. Jones, is I have a very limited amount of time to try to get to know you. Everyone that comes in front of me tells me it's gumdrops and rainbows and little bunnies jumping in the woods. But the way I really get to know you is the paper, because that tells me who you are, right? If you're a dangerous person, if you're a person that I'm going to let go and you're going to continue with the criminality, I have enough trouble sleeping as it is. I don't want more blood on my hands. I don't want something else that's going to keep me up at night. So that's why. Well, but this is how we get to know you. And he's telling me you got 46 pages of criminal history.
Your Honor, in the past 2 years, he's had 3 failure to appears of multiple cases. He's had 2 habitation trespass convictions, a DWLI, prostitution, battery, criminal damage, failure to appear, possession of drugs, felony, obviously, resisting. But in the 21 some odd years, it's the 47 cycles of different offenses, and I just stopped scrolling after 2020.
How many failure to appears do we have?
3, Your Honor. And this one itself is a no-show, or according to the transmission.
Hey, Your Honor, could I say something?
Sure.
Okay, with the one you talking about with the failure to appear, I feel that was nonsense because of the simple fact that I flew from Fort Lauderdale up here after they said I had a warrant, and I went to court a couple days before that. And is that documented, sir? You can see that.
Judge, I will say this, he did explain that
How
to
old are you,
me.
Mr. Jones?
I'm 40 years old, sir.
You're 40.
Yes, sir.
How many cases has he picked up in total?
That he's been charged with, if you give me 10 minutes, I can count them, but it's not low. I mean, I can start from 2004.
So theoretically, for every year you've been born, you've had a case.
I have a
You're
question.
40 years old, and you have around 46 pages of criminal history. So literally for every year you've been born, you've like picked up a case. And not only that, you've got multiple failures to
Sometimes you don't think the jurisdiction will fail me?
Huh?
You don't think the jurisdiction will fail me?
But the problem is, at some point, your actions become your own. You now have with us, you've picked up a theft case here in Harris County. You've got an open case in another jurisdiction. You've got pages upon pages. So at what point is it on you?
When you pay your debt to society, why do they keep using it against you? I pay my debt to society for those.
Because it continues.
For those hires, okay.
Continues to happen. At some
Okay.
point, DAs are like, jail just doesn't work anymore. So that's when we got to go to prison, because this dude.
But prison don't help guys. That don't make them better. That make them worse. Instead of tormenting them and sending them and feeding them to the wolves, y'all should sit down with that person to find out what's going on to help that person. Instead of prison not helping nobody, prison is not.
I can't tell you how many stories I have read of people who get degrees, college degrees, even become a lawyer while they're in prison. So if you want it to help, then it will. But you gotta want it. If you
One better than me, Your Honor.
If you
But
have-
you know the sad thing about it is, in the state of Florida with me, and that's why I left. Something happened, and I have a conflict of interest against the police. So now they jigging at me every chance that they get. But it's crazy. He's saying I have a warrant, and I flew from there after that warrant was pro se. Pro se that they said I have. I flew from Fort Lauderdale all the way to Houston, flew back down there, and flew back. And they said I have a warrant, and I flew and went to court for another charge down there.
I don't get it.
And I went to
I don't know how that happened, but it's not supposed to.
So who's the system failing? If I have a warrant, you mean to tell me they're gonna let me in their courtroom, attend to my judge, see my judge, everything, and let me go, and let me get back on the plane to fly back here? Mind you, I flew from here and flew back down there. They let me do all of this with a warrant?
I can't explain that. I can't.
So that's the system failing somewhere, somehow. That's not me.
Let me talk to the judge real fast.
But Mr. Jones, if you have this woe is me attitude, it's never going to change. It's never going to change.
Y'all not helping. It's not helping. Y'all not helping society. Y'all always blaming me and this and that and the other. Prime example, he said, oh, he got prices from here. And he went to calling stuff off that he said, well, only stopping from 2022, and he going past 2022. And I'm like, yo, but that's what the prosecutor do. He just doing his job.
Right, that's what he's doing.
Judge, if I may,
Sure.
points. First, if he's finished up the cases that he has had in his history, he's had a history, okay, he's had a history. If he's paid his debt to society, like he says, if he's completed what he needs to do for those cases, that really shouldn't be relevant here. I would argue that in front of you, this is his first time being in front of you, right? And it looks bad that he has criminal history. Yes, I get that. But if we were to just focus on whether or not he knew about this case, he's telling me he got on a flight, came over here, and it's a great question. If that happened, he would have had a warrant pending and he would have been arrested. So
When was the warrant issued, do you know?
March 3rd, 2025, but because it's a domestic flight, and obviously I don't work for TSA, I don't work for Department of Homeland Security.
Just got issued.
just March 3rd, 2025, Judge.
Your warrant was just issued in March of this year. So
And I flew
30 days ago, it got issued.
and I flew March 10th back up here.
So Judge, if that's the case, it hasn't been like he's been missing his responsibilities with
And
this
I went to
case.
court. And
It's
you
less than a month.
And you can
that
also
he's had
see
this
that I had
warrant
went to
pending.
court. I went to court before March 3rd.
That's why it's a failure to appear, which is
How? I went to court. I went to court before then.
Judge, the warrant has
I was
been
in the
issued
courtroom.
we're at April 1st, less than a month. And so it's not like he's been running. If the warrant's just been issued on March 3rd, I would ask that we afford this man an opportunity to make this right. He hasn't messed up in your eyes. Yeah, he's messed up in the past, but as far as the fugitive case is concerned, I'm asking for an opportunity for him to go to the demanding jurisdiction. And then if he messes up, okay, well, I don't have much to say after that. But just throwing his history out there, it doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a chance.
I stand by the no bond. He has assaultive history as well, and it shows in the message that we received from Florida is that he has violent tendencies, obviously reflected by the assaultive history, along with and I don't have to go ad nauseum, but the significant criminal history that he has.
When were the FTAs? How long ago?
The most recent failure to appears, one moment, Judge. There's one from May 4th, 2023, from December 7th, 2023. There's one from.
But it's
December
not on this
7th.
case, though. Those are separate cases. We're not talking about on this case, are
Oh,
we?
to be clear, it's not on this case, but.
Obviously not on this case. But the problem is that it keeps happening, and I can't continue to.
Sir, it's not keep happening, sir. Sir, this warrant that he said, I went to court. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have another open case, and that open case is why I flew back down there. Went to court, finished court. They said I have a warrant. I go to the warrant district. They said I have no warrant. Leave the warrant district, get on the plane to fly back up here, and they said I had a warrant before I even flew on the plane back down there. So how could I fly?
Mr. Jones, even if I were to set you a bond.
Okay, no problem. Hey, send me back there, man. Can't about this shit, man.